What is up? What is up, y'all? How are y'all today? Damn, my hat looks crazy. Sorry, I happened to just get up. I guess that's what I'm gonna say. No, actually, I think I've been up for probably what, like an hour or so. So technically, I did just get up. But y'all, all of yesterday, I was pretty much reviewing specific. Oh damn, my hat's not even centered. Specifically, my notes and specifically the quiz that I ended up taking. I didn't fully review the quiz, but I do plan on retaking it today. But since I didn't fully review it, I don't really expect myself to do well again. But I guess we will end up seeing how I end up doing. Why does my hat look so like off? Am I tripping? I don't know. It looks a little bit off. Am I sideways compared to the camera? I don't know what the hell's going on. That's so funny. No, but yeah, so pretty much I know as of yesterday y'all had seen me. I think I was kind of like studying, more or less yapping. I wrote a lot more of postcards, I think the stream previously. I'm trying to remember if the stream yesterday, did I write on these flashcards or not? I don't recall. Oh no, I didn't. I think I was writing down the questions, which I still got to get to and I still got to finish. Now, my biggest thing is I do tend to have like a hard time of, all right, so what should I, like, how should I go about things? Like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like I can't tell whether or not should I continue to, pursue what I'm learning, or should I learn more? Should I double down? And so what I'm currently trying to do right now is, because a lot of the quizzes that are popping up on this exam compass are still talking about the operating system, and it has actually been things that I've been taught. But the weird thing is even though I've been taught it, it's like I start to overthink the question. So I always come down to the last two, and within the last two, the right answer is there, and I tend to choose the wrong answer. I don't know what that is. It like I just, it needs to be stopped, and I'm just utterly shocked. Hold on, I gotta get that subscriber count up because I think I'm at 77, or I overshot it. Who knows? But no, yeah, man, it's just crazy. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I think I just continue to overthink it. And even when I retook the quiz, I overthought it. But let's just, without further ado, get into taking this quiz. And then, damn, I'm skinny as hell. I need to put on some weight. Seriously. And then I'm going to have to pretty much, I think from there, I'm probably still gonna take some notes on the questions. I want to go through my flashcards, see if I can get the answers correct. And then yes, he said finally a live video. Oh yeah, actually, because I thought it was you that commented to me yesterday. Because I think I finally came back with my first live video. I think yesterday, actually. No, actually, it was 2 days ago. I came back with my first live video 2 days ago, and it was pretty lit, pretty lit. I thought you were there. Probably not. I think it was actually the other person, because your name is Harish. The other one's name is Harsh. So I think Harsh was the one that was there. He says send the quiz link. I can't really send the quiz link because they don't let me send links in the chat. But let me try and see. Ooh, I don't even know what the hell I'm looking at. I don't even know what the hell I'm looking at. He said, you missed me? No, yes, man. I freaking missed being live and being able to chat with the community. I was so damn sick. I don't know what any of that was about. Let me see if I can copy and paste this and probably put this in the description. So you might have to like, what is it called? You might have to, I don't know if it's just gonna pop up in there or if you're gonna have to like restart the stream to see it. But I could probably put the link in the description, and hopefully this should send you to the quiz if you want to go do it with me, because they don't let me put it in the chat, which is corny. Super corny. But no, yes, man, I missed this live audience. And what I do plan to do though, and I'm trying to think of a good way of doing it, because I feel like normally when I'm live, and after not being live and being able to actually study without being live, I realize that I learn a lot more when I don't feel like I need to like interact or entertain on a live stream. That I'm trying to think of how could I be able to still have these live streams for you guys, but to where I'm actually having productive learning. Because I watched like a Professor Messer video and I finished it within one full live stream. But when I was talking about it, I think it took me 3-4 days to finish a Professor Messer video that was only 8 minutes long because I was talking on live. So I'm realizing I'm having like I'm slowing myself down by being more interactive in my live streams. So I'm gonna have to think of a way, like, I don't know if I'm gonna probably study, because I don't have enough time in my day. So, like, if I tried to study before my lives, that would be a force. So it's kind of hard. I don't know if I'm gonna do certain days where maybe I'm actively on live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but then the other days is me studying, but doing the 12-hour study, so it allows me to really study for that 1 hour. But who knows? We'll have to see. But let's go jump right into this live now. I believe I need to switch this to 57. But yes, I'm realizing with these questions, a lot of it still tends to be about the operating system. But I don't know if I'm like just thinking too fast or if I'm just, overthinking it or whatever. But I, for some reason, tend to get it wrong. I don't know what it is. And it's like I know the answer though. So here we go. We are taking the 1202 practice test exam. This is test 2. The first question, what are the advantages of using SSDs for OS installations compared to traditional hard drives? One of the main things that I know about an SSD is that it's supposed to be faster than a hard drive. Oh shoot, I didn't see some of y'all comments. What is up, Mole? Says, how do you avoid burnout? Honestly, I don't know. And because I feel like I've ran into burnout before, but I don't think my burnout is the same as other people's. I just feel like for me, I kind of feel like I'm naturally disciplined. So even though I could feel burnt out, I just know how to keep going for some reason. So I really don't have like an answer. I can say what my motivations are. I think one of my biggest motivations is just getting and landing this career. And I feel like if I slow down, then it slows down my progress of getting that career. Number 2, I feel like since I'm documenting it, it makes me have to come on live and show y'all what I'm doing. And so if I don't, if I'm not documenting and showing y'all, then I feel like I'm doing something wrong or whatever. So I feel like I just put a lot of things on me to where it keeps me motivated to just keep going. So the day I'd come studying without interacting so much. No, yeah, because it's like, I just feel like I got through it quicker, and I think I'm slowing myself down, and I kind of want to get through this, if that makes sense. So we'll have to see how I do that. I know SSDs are supposed to be faster, so anything that kind of says faster, which happens to be all 3 of the, oh wait, this doesn't say faster. It says higher storage, which I think an SSD does have, but it says for OS installations. I don't know if storage capacity matters. So I'm gonna have to say improved file systems, much quicker boot times. You said, did you check the link I sent? Someone's looking for a network engineer plus support. Oh shoot, no, I have not. Is the link on my Discord? I'm gonna have to go look that up, or look at it. My fault. I think it should be these 3. I know SSDs are supposed to be faster, so improved file speed, much quicker boot times, faster application loading. Hopefully I'm right about that. Who knows? It says, which of the answers listed below describes characteristics of an internet-based OS installation method? Says optimized for mass deployment with standardized configuration across multiple systems, uses internal servers to deploy OS, primarily suited for single users, remote workers, or when local infrastructure is not available. This kind of seems like one, I believe. Commonly deployed via PXE. No, relies on external servers, cloud servers, or vendors' websites. I think it should be this one. I believe so. For an internet-based OS, which is crazy because I swear I have not took notes on an internet-based OS at all. And that's why this whole time I thought, or the other day, I thought an internet-based OS was a network, like a network OS installation. But an internet-based is something completely different. What should a technician consider regarding data integrity and security? I don't think it should be antivirus, but that one probably would be second. Local security settings, it could be that. Software licensings. Cryptographic hash values. I believe it would be this. Not too positive, but I guess we'll have to see. Hey, what is up, Helix? What is up? I'm glad to be back. Glad to be chatting with y'all, seeing some of the same people. That's super dope. Seeing more Harish, Helix. That's very cool. Very cool. Let's keep this pushing. I don't know if Isaac. I'm not sure if you've been here before. I'm not sure, but this is lit. So technician is preparing an external drive to serve as a bootable OS installation medium. What is the primary requirement to recognize and boot from this drive? Oof. I feel like if we're talking about a boot, it has to be the boot order. And this one's talking about internal storage drives must be disabled. I think the boot order must be prioritized. I think it has to be this, because normally I've kind of just naturally in my brain, anytime they talk about the boot and talking about something going wrong or something being recognized or not, I'm like, it happens to be with the boot order. So I think I might got that down pat. Which of the following allows a storage drive to be safely removed and replaced while the system remains powered on? I already know this one. This one's hot swapping. So that's good. I'm glad I knew that. If an operating system partition on an internal storage drive becomes corrupted and unbootable, the immediate challenge in recovering personal files, if they are not on a separate data partition, is that they become inaccessible through normal means required. I think that's just true. There's a lot of information. We're going true. A technician has physically installed a brand new internal storage drive inside the computer case, but it is not yet recognized as a usable storage. Okay. By the way, if y'all are here, make sure to end up hitting that like button. Ends up pushing this stream out to other people. So that would be super dope. You said job market is crazy right now in tech. Been 5 months now after being laid off. Wait, hold on, let me see your message. No, honestly though, low key, the job market is crazy. But you said that it's been 5 months after being laid off. Or did you end up finding another position, or are you still kind of like, nah? Oh, you said you're just demotivated a hell of a lot. Oh, okay. I was wondering. It says local internet settings too caused it blocked by a firewall if it won't install. No, yeah, I think that one definitely counts, but I feel like they might have wanted the more primary one. Maybe I got it wrong. Who knows? Not too sure. But oh yeah, it's definitely demotivating, especially when you do probably get like a lot of no's or just getting laid off in general. It could definitely be demotivating and discouraging. So I 100% feel you. Maybe you need this time, in all honesty, just to like get through it. Just breathe, get through it, and it maybe possibly a position will just come to you. But it is not yet recognized as a usable storage. What should be the first configuration step to make the drive accessible for OS installations? I think this should be initializing the drive. He said, no, I tried barely getting a response. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, it could be discouraging. 100%. 100%. It's tough when, like, and that's why I feel like for me, I really want to have my main job in the background, because I feel like I know, like with tech, it really is like that. It really is like you could get laid off for like a year, can't get nothing, and then by year 2 you get something, and then something else could happen, and then just keeps going back and forth. So with tech, it's just so crappy until like you land like a really good position where it's just like there's nowhere else you could go, or you just have such like a good you specialize in something that even if you lost that job, you have another one, or you could get another one easily because you specialize in something good. So it's like tech, it has its things, it has its ways, but it's still a pretty good thing. I obviously know multi-boot configuration means running multiple things, so it has to be something that is saying multiple. So this is running multiple operating systems. I don't think it's simultaneously. I think it might be this one, utilizing different operating systems for specific tasks. I could be wrong about that, but we'll have to see. In a multi-boot environment, each operating system must reside on a separate partition or drive to prevent file system conflicts. I think that's true, just naturally. A user wants to add a Linux distribution to an existing Windows 11 installation to create a multi-boot system. Which of the actions listed below should typically be the next logical step after shrinking the Windows partition to create unallocated space for Linux? I think literally it would just be installing Linux. I think it's kind of probably trying to come off like it's a trick question, but I think it's just straight up uninstalling Linux. Or is it uninstalling or installing? My fault. Which OS installation method removes all existing data on the selected target partition? I don't remember. Oh wait, no, I think that's clean. I think that's a clean installation. It's either a clean installation or an in-place upgrade. No, I think that's a clean installation, because an in-place upgrade, I don't believe it erases anything. So it refers to a method that installs a newer OS version over an existing, an older version without erasing user data, applications, and settings. I think this is an in-place. This could potentially be a repair, but I don't think so. I think this one's an in place. In enterprise environments, the process of setting up operating systems across many devices using a single consistent configuration template is referred to as, it says, a consistent configuration template. That immediately makes me think of image deployment. Yes, because there's nothing to do with remote. Oh wait, could this be remote? Hold on. Because I know with a remote network installation, I know it could happen across operating systems or across many devices, but I think it might be image deployment. I could be wrong about that. We'll have to see. IT team is deploying a batch of newly purchased desktops across multiple offices. The devices have no pre-installed operating systems or removable media and physical access. So to install this, the department has already set up these type of servers. And image is, which installation method should they use? I don't think this would be image deployment. I don't know if it's internet-based installation. This one could either be internet-based or remote. This one could be internet-based. I could be wrong. It says an organization wants to automate the deployment. You said that I'm correct. Okay. Hey, that's what's up. Of operating systems of dozens of diskless workstations that do not have any local storage. Says the workstations must boot directly from the network every time they power on, retrieving the OS image. I think that's PXE. We don't even got to go into that. I've never even seen any of these. Which installation method requires no manual input? I know with ImageBase that you could automate it, but I don't think that's the one they're talking about. I believe it's zero touch deployment, because I know with ImageBase you could manually do it. So I believe it's not. So we can keep this pushing. So which of the following answers refers to a built-in solution for restoring an operating system to its factory settings without the use of external media? I believe this is recovery partition. I believe. User statement best describes the outcome of a typical Windows repair installation. I don't remember this. I don't remember. I always feel like it's this one, because I know that when you typically do a Windows repair installation. Oh wait, no, this is a Windows repair installation. Yeah, actually, I don't think I know this one at all. I don't know this one at all. I might have to do this. You said it was image deployment, sticking to the end to see. Oh, so there was one that I picked that must have been wrong then. So using image, we can install OS to multiple machines. No, yes. It says during the installation of a new operating system on a custom-built PC, the installer fails to detect the RAID. I wouldn't know this one either. What is the most appropriate action? This could either be replace the RAID controller or load the appropriate third party. I'm not too positive. I'm gonna have to say load. This says the installer fails to detect the installed NVM. He's attempting to install a new operating system. It fails to detect it. All physical connections to here has been verified and secured. I wouldn't know this one either, so I'm just gonna go with load that as well. Might probably have got that wrong, but hey, that's okay. Which are, or not which, it says, what are the key benefits of dividing a storage drive into multiple partitions? Oof, I don't think I remember this one either. What is the key? Because I know you want to divide it into multiple because it's simplified. I believe simplified backup and recovery. Could it be this one? Support for multiple fast data improvement, improved data organization. Faster data transfer speeds. Oof, I don't remember. I feel like it might be these two because it allows you to be organized. It's simple for backup. Support for multi-boot environments. Is that why you would want to have multiple partitions? Faster data transfer speeds. Oops. This is tough. Or could it be this? Like, I honestly don't know. I think I might have to take the L and just go forward. A 128-bit number used by computer systems and software to uniquely identify hardware instances, software components, or configurations. This is easy. I don't really know what the other ones are, so GUID. And then, which of the following is GPT? I know GPT uses GUID, so that should be up to 128. They kind of gave us that. I think it's UEFI firmware, and then it supports disks larger than 2 terabytes. And then this, oh, what is this? Describe the characteristics of MBR. Partition style, so select 3 answers. So this one should be legacy BIOS. Not support. I think the maximum is 2 terabytes, and then I think the overall number partition should be 4. I believe. Hopefully I didn't misread that. In GPT disk architecture, each partition is labeled with a unique identifier known as GUID. Yes. Alright, let's see how we did. Okay. Oh, it was remote network installation. I should have known that one. I'm gonna read that. I had a feeling. Okay, let's see. Oh, I only got one wrong. Hey, that's what's up, y'all. We got a 97%. I only got one wrong, and it was network. I knew it, and remember, I went back and forth. I said I don't know if it's internet-based or if it was remote network installation. I should have known. It says an IT team is deploying a batch of newly purchased desktops across multiple office locations. The device have no pre-installed operating systems or removable media, and physical access is limited. To install the OS remotely, the department has already set up a server with a centralized OS image that uses this. I should have known it was network. I don't know why I keep thinking it's internet based. What makes me keep thinking that? I'm not sure. You said now you can get to the networking engineering role easily. I hope so, but I don't think so. I honestly think, because this took because I feel like when I had first took this quiz, I felt super lost. I think this is like about my second time going through it, or I don't remember, but I did have to like study for it. I mean, and normally that's what you do. You study for a quiz. So I'm like, I don't know, I'm not too confident still. I'm not too confident. If I were to go to quiz 3, I know I would be done for. But hey, this is still what's up. I had a 97% there. I'm very happy about that. So let me go and see, because I want to be able to take some notes on these questions. Even though I did get them right and I knew a lot of the answers, I still feel like I want to be able to make sure that maybe it wasn't a guess for at least a couple of them. I want to make sure that I do understand it. Especially this one. I gotta stop thinking that this is remote network installation. I mean, it is remote network installation. You see, my brain is messing with me. My brain's messing with me. I don't know what the hell is going on. Oh my goodness. Alright, let me go and get this camera open so that y'all can see me take these notes, because I want to just make sure. Gotta make sure. But yeah, I don't think it would be bad, right, y'all? If I were to pretty much maybe on some days, oh, I know y'all love my background, bruh. Stop playing. Maybe on some day, actually, let me jump back to this screen because I do got to get this camera on. But let's say maybe Mondays, I want to say Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays. What if, or maybe I could do 4 days. Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, Sunday, I don't know, something where I'm basically, oh, I gotta clean this camera. What the heck? My camera's dirty. Let's see how that looks. There we go. But what if on some days I tend to be like actually live, but then on other days I do more of like okay, now let me jump back to this live screen of like a copy or capture, because you know, of course I need to make sure that I'm like learning over anything. So let me see, is that working? Can y'all see my notes? Yes, y'all can. That is what's up. You said today's thumbnail is top tier. The expression is the best. Hey, it's what's up. I don't even remember. What the hell was my thumbnail? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now I see it. No, I see it. The thumbnail. The thumbnail definitely was fire. Just Shrek is one of my favorite movies. No, same. I literally got. Well, right now I'm wearing SpongeBob pajamas, but I have Shrek pajamas as well, and I legitimately I love them. Shrek is like my favorite thing. I do not know why. Love Shrek. I even have like I even have this like Santa hat that has Shrek ears on it, and then I think I have like a couple of these because since I'm trying to like start decorating my game room or whatever, I got a couple of just random stuff. So this is like a Shrek globe. It's donkeys in here. The other one has Shrek in it, and it's pretty dope. And then I got these little like this Lord Farquaad thing. But Shrek is number one. I've been trying to find different things of Shrek to decorate my room with, and then get other movies. But I want to make my game room feel nostalgic, so that it's like when I come in here, and it's so weird because I call it game room, but I don't even play games like that or as often. So it's kind of more of like my study room. But one of my biggest things in life is that I love nostalgic things. I feel like it just makes me super happy. What is up, Harsh? It makes me super happy. And so in my head, I'm like, F it. If I got this one room in here that I get to pretty much decorate, let me make this room hella nostalgic. So I'm starting with Shrek. I'm gonna probably buy some SpongeBob stuff. Then I'm gonna start with I'm probably gonna move on to, I like Lion King, so I might get some Lion King things. I want to get video game posters though. I think video game posters is gonna be lit. But yeah, cause like I don't really play games like that, but I do have a lot of games that are super nostalgic for me. Like GTA 5 is nostalgic, The Sims, Detroit Become Human, LA Noire. Like I want to get hella posters like that. I think it's gonna be super fun. You say, which one is your favorite game? My favorite game? I'm gonna have to go based on which one I played the most. And for me, it's The Sims 4. I don't know what it is, but I've just always loved The Sims. And it just simply is one of my favorite games. It's one of the games that I always go back to almost every year, get stuck on it for maybe a couple months, and then that's it. I think I would say after that would have to be Detroit Become Human. It used to be GTA 5, but obviously GTA 6 is coming, so I'm kind of waiting at that point. So the last Lion King movie got me emotional. No, yes. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I don't know what it is, but recently I've been able to like get super emotional to movies. Before I used to not care. Maybe it could be because I got older. But I used to not care like at all. And Mufasa had me bawling. It just, and the thing is like I was crying at moments that it didn't even like matter. But it was because of like the way they would treat each other then. Even like at the time when it was good, over when they would treat each other in the regular one, like the one we all know of. So I'm like, oh my goodness, like I was done for. I was literally done for. And I honestly, personally would say, I felt like that was the best movie of the year. A lot of people I know would say Sinners. I feel like Sinners was good, but I think it was only good because if you really think about it, what other good movies came out last year? Or this year. I guess people could say Wicked, part 2, but I didn't even watch it, so I don't even know how, like, if it was really good or not. But I feel like a lot of people would probably say Sinners was the best, and I just can't really think of another movie, but to me, I feel like Mufasa was so much better. So much better. Then a good movie that just released now, too, which I think everyone should check it out. I don't know if people are gonna watch it, but The Housemaid, it was such, like, because I read the book first. Of course, everyone knows the book is better. And when I read that book, man, I was just shocked. In the movie, I think they replicated it well. I feel like there was certain things that they didn't do that I wish they did because I think it made you like certain people in a certain way. And then also with the movie, I feel like they made it kind of obvious what was gonna happen at a certain point. While the book really had it be like you were shocked. I was like, damn. But that movie was still good though. Like they executed it well. It's not what you would expect at all. And because like you would really think something else was gonna happen. But then when that twist hits, Best twist of the year. Best twist I've ever seen in a thriller movie. He said, I love Witcher because medieval is my favorite fantasy. I would like to retire in an island and try to build a medieval town in it with traders, healers, old school bars with jugs. Is that a game? If that's a game, I literally have no idea about it. Or if it's a movie. I think it should be a game. I think I've heard of people, hopefully I could be wrong, playing games like that. I don't know what it is though. It's like I always tell people I'm not like a true gamer. I feel like I've met gamers where it's like they either stick to like Call of Duty or like Modern Warfare, like they're just shooter games, maybe Fortnite. Or there's gamers who like to play games like you said, where it's like you have to be very strategic and it takes a lot of time. You have to build things. I'm just the type of person that plays story-based games. I love a good story. And even if it has like online, I don't play it because I love the story. You said it's a game and movie too? Okay. Yeah, maybe I could probably enjoy the movie, but as a game, like I don't know, I've never enjoyed strategic type of games or fighting games. I think the only 2 fighting games I played, which wouldn't even probably be considered, was I forgot what it was called, but it was like the Marvel fighting game. Or no, it was not Marvel. Hold on. I know they had Superman, but it wasn't Marvel. But it was like you're able to be and kind of different characters from different shows. I don't remember. But then there was another game. Damn, I can't remember this game too. What the hell? I don't know. I think that's enough for me. I completely forgot what a certain game was. 2 games, actually. Oh, but I loved that game. My favorite person... Oh, Overwatch. Overwatch was so fun until they upgraded it. Oh my goodness. Like, they messed it up so bad when they upgraded it. But the old Overwatch was so good. You said I like story-based games. It feels like a movie that can interact with RPG. No, yes. Story-based games, it's just amazing. And I feel like the real only action game that I play it would probably be GTA. Because, yes, it has a story, but in that story mode, you could do so much outside of it. So I guess you could call it, like, action-based, and it's probably a lot that involves you to actually do stuff. With Detroit Become Human, it's literally like a movie, and you're just sliding things and making decisions. But that's why I would say Detroit Become Human is, like, my favorite. Because I just love a good, like, story. And I like the fact that you can make decisions as well. Because Mafia was a good one, too. Like, Mafia 1 and Mafia 2, oh my goodness. Those were amazing. And, like, before, I never gave Mafia a try. But when I played it, oh my goodness, it was so good. And, like, the way 2 connects with 1 in, like, a certain scene, like, I had no idea. So it shocked me. I was like, what? And then I think Mafia 3, I haven't finished yet, but I like how more interactive things are. Like, you could pick up the bodies, moving around, stuff like that. I haven't finished it because I just don't have enough time. And then I know a new Mafia came out, which I really want to play as well, but they know how to tell a good story. And then that's something, too, that I've learned in life as well. I don't know what it is. If it was because, like, I watched this YouTuber who's an actor, and he was, talking about a lot of acting. But I feel like I started to appreciate and love a good storytelling in anything. Like, it could be a movie, it could be a show, or it could be a video game. It's like, I just love a good story, and I love when it's executed. Especially with, like, shows, because right now I'm watching Stranger Things. And I've just been so stuck on noticing how good of actors they are. And how and it's even crazier too, is I feel like I could point out scenes where there isn't people there. And it's because, like, I'm so stuck on, like, watching, like, I can't even watch the show as the show. I watch it as, like, damn, that was a good, like, scene. Like, as if, like, I'm filming. I'm like, what the hell? I'd be like, that's such a good scene. I'm like, damn, they made that look real. I'm like, wait a second, like, just focus on the show. I'm just so stuck on focusing on everything other than that. It's super dope. It is super dope. I love it. And I could tell when there's, like, only one person in the scene, which is kind of bad because you don't want to be able to, like, as a filmer or as a director, you don't want it to be known that there's only one person in the scene, even though they're showing multiple people, in a sense. Because sometimes when they get like that close-up shot of people talking, it's probably because, and it could be, like, it's not all the time, but because other people aren't really there. Like, they've already filmed their portion of the scene, so now they're coming back to go film this scene. And then when you really think about it too, it's like none of these scenes are filmed directly straightforward. A lot of the times when they call cut, it's like one scene in that particular scene could have been filmed for like a week, and then the next scene gets filmed for 3 days, and the next scene gets filmed for 2 weeks. So you can kind of see that they're just sitting there connecting different stuff. And I feel like sometimes I could tell, because it's like, oh, you're not really looking in the right direction, or you're looking but your eyes don't look like they're matching someone else's eye, or the talking doesn't feel natural, and it's because they just filmed it so many days later. And I'm like, oof, like I'm starting to notice stuff like that. You said, fun fact, I'm working on a RPG, and I recently had contact with my childhood favorite game developer too. So happy. Hey, that's what's up. That is what's up, man. Oh my goodness. Congratulations, bro. Well, I mean, it hasn't finished yet, but still, congrats. That's super dope. That is literally super dope. And being able to meet your childhood favorite game developer is crazy. Sincerely. But that's the thing too, because like I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if I'm interested in the like film theory. Like, I don't know if I want to just kind of break down actors and kind of see the behind the scenes, but I feel like I love seeing the behind the scenes of like just people acting, whether it's for a game, because like Detroit Become Human was literally filmed as if it was filmed like a movie, so they had to all get into suits and like act out a lot of the scenes. And I think same thing with LA Noire. I think they've been doing that more recently too with games that look like that. But it's just so interesting. Super interesting to me. Hey, thank you so much, Harsh. Thank you so much for the donation. That is super dope. That's my third donation right there, man. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for that. But I feel like with a lot of the oh yeah, I'm just so interested in seeing the background side of things. I'm like, it would be crazy to be like an IT person on oh, it popped up on the screen too. Hey, what's up? But I feel like it's crazy to or it would be crazy to be like an IT person on set. That would be insane. But I heard that it's like super hard to get into that position because they, one, need to trust you. And then two, about NDAs, you being able to do your job, it's more difficult to get on. You mainly need like someone to reference you, or probably become like an assistant. But like it would be so crazy to be like so close to watching people like film. Like I feel like I'm just so interested in people filming. I don't know. But I also want to get like used to like I like to personally film a lot of things just for fun, not like movies, but just, you know, record obviously my YouTube videos. And I feel like being able to understand like facial expressions and reactions, even same thing with thumbnails, because like I was watching this dude who I think he used to play on Stranger Things. I think he was on Stranger Things season 4. And he was a particular like character, and he was talking about how a lot of your facial reaction and seeing your eyes, but your eyes like kind of looking away from the screen but not looking down or too up, how like important it can be. And I feel like or how important it could be to portray an emotion across the person looking at it. So I feel like with my thumbnails, I always try to think of that in mind, where it's like, always remember that not only is me holding, you know, the laptop up going to pull people in because they're like, oh, IT support, but it's also going to be the facial. Like, I need to have a good facial reaction, but don't look at the camera, look away, but still allow your eyes to tell the story. Because, like, what the person was saying, they're like 90% of the time your eyes are telling the story. Your face can, like, do it, but if your face does something and your eyes aren't matching, they're like, you're gonna look like you're not in the scene for real. And I was like, oh my goodness. That's, like, one of the best things someone could ever say. And then you could kind of translate that, like I said, to YouTube thumbnails. And hopefully that could end up helping. And I feel like I noticed that when I started to do that more, I think my click-through rate went up when I started to pay attention that like the eyes and the face really matter and it could portray the emotion you're trying to portray. My click-through rate, as in like people who see the video on their feed, they decide to click it more. It doesn't mean that you get a lot of views. It just means that however many people YouTube puts your video out to, let's say it's normally I probably would get like maybe 5,000 people YouTube would give me impressions on. Maybe like 5 to 10,000 people would see it. And so more people would end up clicking on it based on who sees it, if that makes sense. So my click-through rate got a little bit higher. But it also depends on the video. But that's why I like too with like YouTube. YouTube is really like a art as well. Because sometimes you could get a lot of views, but then the analytics can come back that it was a bad video. If that makes sense. Because like I remember I had a video that had a lot of views, but it probably got pushed out to probably like 30,000 people. But I think only like, what was it? I think it got pushed out to 30,000 people, but maybe 1,000 or 2,000 people watched. And it's like, that's still pretty good for like a small YouTuber, but those numbers can tell a lot. So it could be like, oh, like, yes, you got a lot of views on this video, but it wasn't a video that kept people to stay long, or it wasn't a thumbnail that a lot of people decided to click on. But sometimes too, you also got to remember that as a smaller YouTuber, YouTube is always trying to understand your audience, even if you do the same type of content all the time, because they're not just going to understand your audience immediately, especially because you're a small YouTuber. So they're still putting stuff out to a lot of people that wouldn't click your video, but they just don't know. You said watch it Welcome to Derry web series. Where is it, on Netflix or is it on somewhere else? To its factory setting. So I'm glad I got a lot of these right. I just want to make sure that it's something that stays stuck in my head. And y'all, yesterday too, I don't know if I told y'all this, but I was going through my flashcards. I want to say maybe a good like 7 of them. And I'm being like, I'm trying to estimate. I don't really know. It could have been less, but I don't want to put too less when I really got more wrong. So I'm gonna say probably like 7. I would hope so. That I ended up getting wrong. I didn't feel like it was that much. But then everything else, I like 100% got it like super good. And a lot of it has to do with file systems. So I like to say like, oh, I'm good with operating systems. But no, I think I'm good with file systems. And then I still need to learn a lot more about different things across the operating system. But as y'all can see, look at how much flashcards that I have. I can show y'all here, up here. This is like a whole like stack of them. And I have like a couple more over here too that I was just working on. But all of this, and out of all of this, literally probably got like 7 or less wrong. And I was so happy about that. I was like, damn. And I don't have them in like a particular order either. I kind of messed up the order anyway. So it was super dope. It was super dope to finally be able to get into that. You said not to be a downer, but I got into IT support 3 years ago and regret it every day. It's not the sexy type of work you have pictured in your head. I don't know. I feel like for me, I'm just really passionate about technology. So I feel like, I don't know. And then also too, it depends on like if you're in tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, because I feel like I currently would want to specialize in networking. And I just have a feeling that I would like it. Because I really like anything technology, especially too, I feel like with the type of side hustles that you could do that come from IT support, like for instance, being able to repair people's computers or build people computers, right? Outside of your main job at IT, I feel like I just find all of that super fun. And of course it's going to be hella stressful. But I don't know, I feel like it would be something that I personally would enjoy. But I don't know. I guess maybe you would have to say like what would make it something, like what's something that you have to do that you don't like? Because then maybe it could be true. Who knows? No idea. But so I did get this one right. User data preserved. But yeah, definitely let me know what you feel like about IT support that you've been working in that you just don't like. I just, like I said, I feel like one of the things for me is I'm just really passionate about technology. I'm passionate about networks. I don't know, I just really love computers. I love repairing things. I love helping people in general. I know people could be annoying because they're probably angry most of the time, but I feel like I just would I would just like to help people. You said true on the side hustle point. I guess I'm referring more to the corporate environment. Oh, okay. Yeah, corporate environment. So then what about the corporate environment that feels like crap? I definitely want to know so I could be prepared if it's something that I would want to do. I currently think it's still something that I would probably want to do. Because I currently work at a current job that I feel like it can't get no worse than the current, like, and I don't mean that in the way of like I don't like my current job, because my current job is actually a pretty damn good job, and it's pretty damn like union secured, and it's not an IT support job, by the way. It's just like a regular warehouse job. But I feel like with the way, like the corporate side of things, it is hell. And the way that people don't know how to be actual like supervisors, like they kind of just step anybody up. It is trash. And so I feel like for my current job, it just can't get no worse than that when it comes to a company, when it comes to how they are. But I mean, who knows? I guess I would have to kind of see like what you would have to say about that. But I don't know. I feel like my current job, it's nothing feels fair. Number one, a lot of it is really, if you know someone, you're rising up. Another thing is too, nobody's really professional. It's not even a professional type of job, but the people who are supposed to be professional aren't professional. And it's kind of a lot of, kiss ass to kind of get to wherever you want to go. And I would assume that it's probably like that for a lot of other jobs, but at least if it's a job that I am passionate about, like tech, I'm like, I probably wouldn't care to do it there. But like at this current job, I'm just like, yeah, I'd rather just stick to where I'm at. Like y'all could deal with all that extra stuff. Like I'm chilling. But even the people, like the people that you have to work with too, can be a headache at my current job. Cause it's kind of like like the best way I like to explain it is my current job is like a high school with just grown people. So you just got a bunch of people there who are probably, just bullies. Then you got the gossip girls, you got the quiet kids, you got the people doing crazy stuff over here. So I'm like, if you're talking about stuff like that, I honestly think it can't get worse than my job. But if you're talking about other things, then maybe it's other things. But yeah, I would hope that I would still enjoy it though. I do hear a lot though that a lot of people they don't like doing the work of IT, or they don't like doing different things. Like you said, how I think of it, you're more of a steward of whatever office platform your company uses. More often than not, you are dealing with Microsoft/Google breaking their own platforms via updates. That is true. That is true. That definitely is one of them. But I don't know. I feel like for me, I would love to fix it. You say you get blamed for issues well out of your control a lot of the time. Oh no, yes. I could definitely see that happening. I could definitely see that happening. Because I already figured that too. Because when a lot of people, or a lot of the descriptions for jobs, it always mentions like to be calm. And I'm like, oh, so they probably get yelled at like a lot for things that have nothing to do with them. Or possibly too, maybe even things that are gonna take time. And then they're just getting annoyed that it's gonna take time, so they get upset. But I don't know, I feel like I could handle it. I'm just so like my current job is just worse to me. So far. At least with the people. Because another thing too is I would love to get into, I want to say like healthcare network engineering. But when I said that before, I think somebody immediately was like, oh my gosh, you're not going to want to get into healthcare. And I think it probably comes down to the same reason, where what's even worse is that the network, like a lot of people in the hospital that are sick are relying on this network being up or this technology to run. So I'm assuming that, like, yes, if it's not working, you probably get treated like straight dog crap, and then you gotta be comfortable. Or not comfortable, you have to be calm, but people are treating you like crap because they're patient. But I feel like for me, you would have to, like, I think for me it's like it's gonna be annoying because yes, it's not your fault, but I think I would have to come from a place of understanding where it's like, well, this patient is on this network or this machine does protect this patient. Shoot, I would be pissed too if it doesn't get up any faster. But it's like you can only go so fast. So the CompTIA stuff, I went through A plus, Network plus, and Security plus. I used 5% of the time. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you just said that. You said a lot of emailing and writing to be real. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. But I was just so happy you just mentioned the CompTIA stuff because I was just talking to people about this on my last stream where I was saying how you don't like because I'm like I don't even get discouraged anymore when I fail any of these like these examcompass.com like these practice exams. I'm like I don't even get discouraged to fail it because it doesn't mean that I don't know how to do IT work because this isn't even remotely like what you are gonna know like or it's like you might need to know some of this but it's not gonna have anything to like really do with the actual job. And I was like you could literally, and if I wanted to, I'm like I could get a position in IT support, still not have my CompTIA A plus, and probably know everything that I need to do for that position and still fail the CompTIA A plus because it's like doing the actual work and then studying for these exams seems so different to me. Because, like, you would think that the exams would probably be about, well, I know some of it has questions, but you would think most of the exams would be more about, like, help desk tickets or something, or, like, troubleshooting. But if you look at the CompTIA exams on Network Plus, Security Plus, A Plus, a lot of the objectives, I think, like, maybe 20 to 30% are troubleshooting. The rest of it is something else. It's like more about like definitions. What are things doing? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, that's crazy. When you know that people get this to want to get a job, you would think you'd prep them for a lot of the troubleshooting side of things. So, I always tell people, I don't even care if I fail. All it means is that I don't know what it is for the CompTIA A plus. Doesn't mean I don't know how to build a damn computer. Or it doesn't mean I don't know how to, do or fix a help desk ticket. Just means I failed the CompTIA or practice exam. Actually, I'm trying to get these damn notes down, man. But I can't wait to finally go and take this exam low key. But I don't know. I think I'm just so passionate about it. Who knows? Maybe when I land the actual job, I might be like, oh shoot, I see what you're saying. But I just feel like it's something that I'm going to really like, or something that I'm really going to love. Especially too, because I've been doing like a bit of like, I don't want to call it a freelance work, because I feel like when people say freelance, you assume that they're doing it every day. So I'd probably say I've been doing a bit of independent work where, if a family member or a friend or someone I know needs something like resolved technology-wise, especially at work too, even though I'm not an IT person at work, sometimes the printer will be down. So I would take my time to like learn it, even though it's not my job to fix it whatsoever. But just because, shoot, might as well, right? And I just have so much fun doing it. Even though most of the time for the printer, I don't be fixing it. Like, or not most of the time. I'll say there's a couple times I don't fix it. There was one time I turned off the printer, turned it back on, and I thought I broke it. I was like, oh, shoot. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have did that. Especially because it's not even my damn job. I'm like, why would I do that? But then it turns out I did. Well, I think I fixed it. I don't know, because after I did it, it wasn't working right away, but then after a while, it started to work again. So I'm like, I don't know if it was me or if they told someone and maybe I missed it when the IT person came by. But for me, I'm trying to do an internal transfer. Hopefully I could do it. If not, I guess I would have to go to a different company. But I want to do an internal transfer because anything to get out of my damn position, which it isn't a bad position, but to go to IT support, I think I would 100% prefer. It said IT work is 90% communication. Dump all your skill points into that. No, facts. And that's definitely something I need to work on too, because I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like I could learn so much about IT, but my biggest thing, and I know it seems like I talk a lot. Obviously I do when it comes to my live streams because it's my live stream. I'm gonna yap, but I'm really a shy person deep down. Like, if anyone knew me in person, man, I'm deep down shy. So a part of me always thinks that I'm going to really need to work on my communication side of things. And then because like I just get so nervous, especially I have this thing called like performance anxiety. When I'm doing something in front of people, I get super anxious. So I'm like, imagine me having to go to somebody to fix something and they're just looking at me. Like I would literally lose my mind, and I probably wouldn't even I would hope I fixed the issue, but I feel like I would be so anxious. So I'm like, I don't know. But I really do gotta work on my communication side of things. That's like my biggest downfall is talking. And I think I could do it. It's just I gotta get over how like at the end of the day, something I always have to tell myself is that if I'm the IT support specialist and they're calling me because I'm the professional. So it's like don't like act like I'm the one calling a professional. It's like they're calling me or they need my help. So it's like be confident that they need your help. So don't be nervous because if anything, they should be nervous, if that makes sense. So like if I invite someone over to go make my desk, it's like I'm gonna be nervous because I have them over. They shouldn't be nervous because that's what they signed up for to do it. So it's like always have to remind myself, just remember you're the professional, they're the person that needs you. So don't be nervous about it. But I'm just such a nervous person. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how I do. But I think I could do it. And I think if I could do an internal transfer, it's gonna be a lot more easier because I kind of know people already. So it's like if I can internally transfer, maybe talking wouldn't be too hard because I already know half the people who are gonna need help. And then the other half of people I've probably seen them around, so it makes it a lot more easier. But if I were to go to a completely new company, I would be done for. I would be done for. But I am taking my time though on finding a specific position. I'm open to if it opens up at my job, I would apply right away. But applying anywhere else, I'm still iffy on because I don't really my current job pays too well and it's too union like protected that it doesn't make sense for me to leave it for a regular like IT support job that probably doesn't have a union, stuff like that. Especially too because like I know I look young, but I do have a lot of bills in my name, and like I have this apartment, I have the car, and stuff like that, groceries, things that need to be paid for. So a part of me is kind of like I can't just up and leave this good stable union, good paying job for like an IT role that's probably gonna pay me a little bit less than what I get paid now. And then on top of that, I'm not even protected job wise. So if I do something wrong, they could just fire me. And I don't like that. So I'm hoping I could hopefully land that position at my current job because my current job has a union for the IT team that is even more protected. So I'm like, I want to stay here. I hope so. You said, love how you transition from one topic to another. I honestly didn't even notice that I transitioned until like a couple seconds ago. I was like, damn, I don't remember what the last thing I was talking about was, but no, I do love this topic. I do love this topic because I don't know. I really hope I guess you all would have to hear an update after I still pursue IT because either way I'm going to pursue it because I feel like, for some people they could be passionate about it. For other people, they probably were passionate and then just stopped liking it. So like just because one person might say they don't like it, it's not gonna make me be like, oh, let me reroute. I already spent too much damn time learning it. At this point, I'm just gonna keep learning it, and if I get discouraged and I don't want to do it, then just so be it. But I think it's super cool though to see myself kind of answer these questions now and then to kind of see myself in the future whenever I do land an IT support role to see if I feel the same way. Like, am I gonna hop on here and eventually be like, you were right, IT support sucks. You know what I mean? Like, or like, I hate this damn job. But I don't know. I just feel like for me too, especially when it comes to cloud engineering, network engineering, or AI automation, right? Like the stuff that I plan on getting into. I feel like even if the job could be a little bit hectic or annoying, I think the pay for it, not necessarily just IT support. That's why I always tell people to, specialize in something. But when you do specialize in something, the fact that you could get paid really good money in that field is also just a plus. I'm super passionate, but the good money aspect of it is 100% a plus. And then especially the way that, the more AI that ends up coming into the picture, the more opportunities that open up for IT, or put like specializing in certain IT type of roles. It just feels super encouraging. Like I don't know, I don't see it. But I would have to say I would have to land the job to kind of understand what DMAP is talking about. I can't really say too much because I don't really have the job, but in my head it's just like there's just so many paths you could go IT wise, especially since AI is coming. And how much even more pay you're probably gonna get if you specialize in those things, in those type of skills, like AI automation, since it will be everywhere and not everybody knows it. It's like you're probably gonna get paid pretty well for that as well. But I'm always more focused on what I have fun with. And that's like for me too, like if it happened to have to just be, like let's say I'm like, F it, I'm gonna stay in IT support and I don't choose to specialize in something. I think even what makes it even better is, like I said, is the side hustles as well. So let's say I'm like, F it, I'm just gonna stay in the IT support role. I don't want to have too much on my back. I want something that's a little bit more lenient, even though there's still gonna be a lot I need to do. It's just not gonna be as much as like if I'm on the security team or if I'm on the networking team. So let me just stay here. I could, and let's say the pay is still a little bit lower, like 30 or something an hour. I could still sit there and do a lot of those side hustles that I was just talking about, and it kind of would overall boost your pay in the end because you're making money on the side. And I'm just a super hard worker, so for me it's like I know some people, they want to get paid good and within an 8-hour shift. I don't care. I'll work 12 hours and do something on the side on top of that. Like, I love working. And I think it's the best time to get that out now. Because when I'm in my 30s or in my 40s and my body don't feel the same, bro, you're not going to want to work hard like that ever again. So in my head, it's like, work hard now, save as much as you could save, invest, or put it into a high yield savings account or something. Save as much as you can save monthly from your paycheck, pay everything, make sure you have a roof over your head, gain responsibilities, learn new skills. Just try to make life feel productive and ultimately be productive, I feel like is one of my biggest things. I hope I never stop being like this. Hope I'm always like happy and like able to just always pursue like just random stuff. But that's the point of this channel too. I want to document this whole IT support stuff all the way up. I just finished, by the way, which I'm surprised it took up this long. But I want to document like all this stuff of me learning things. Like I don't even care. I was just talking about yesterday. If I want to go learn to be a doctor, but I don't really care to be a doctor, but just to do it, just for fun, I'm like, I could see myself doing it literally all for fun. For like, and I feel like that's why, with this channel, it's so unique, because my biggest goal is that a lot of people say, they haven't seen someone do things. They'll be like, oh, I haven't seen someone become a doctor. I haven't seen someone become an IT support specialist, so it doesn't feel like it's within my reach. And so for me, I always have like a passion for documenting things. So like, obviously on the outside of this YouTube channel, after probably like a year or me ending this tech chapter, I'm still going to be doing the tech. It's just I'm going to transition to a different topic, because that's the point of this channel. I want people to feel like something can relate to what they're studying for. And it will always have traction because there's always people coming out of high school that want to go to college. So if you have study type of content, it does well. But then also too, it's just things that I currently would want to do in life and check off like a bucket list, I think it's fun. I don't know. I feel like I love this concept. But I'll be happy to catch y'all on the next one, though. I do have to end up going to work today, sadly. But hey, it's what pays the bills. I feel awake too. I feel kind of better. I am still sick, but I do feel a lot better. I do luckily have Christmas off. I think so. I gotta make sure. I gotta check. So that's nice. But who knows? I'm not too positive. But yeah, I'm just happy that it's finally. I really don't want to go to work, but I have to. But I do love y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know I'm kind of blanking right now because I'm near the end. But I'll be catching y'all on the next one. This is Marzi signing off, day 57. We're going on to day 58. We are so close to hitting exactly 2 months of studying. That is insane. We'll be catching you on the next one. And I know I said yesterday I had a video coming out at 10, and it didn't come out on time. So now I have the video ready to go, and it's going to be coming out today at 8 p.m. to make sure you end up tuning in. And it is talking about, is it really hard to get a job in IT support in 2025? Catch you on the next one. Deuces. If I could turn this off.